hello there, YouTube, and welcome to a 47-degree Friday the 12th of November. The temperature now is 48. The fog and everything just makes this even keel. It's funny, in the summertime, you get a close to 100-degree day and be 49 degrees at night. It's like the desert. Freezes at night, hot as the son of a gun during the day. But that's nice, though. You get that nice swing of temperatures and just kind of keeps everything nice and normalized, it seems. But when it rains, the temperature stays pretty even. But it's not supposed to rain today or tomorrow. And that's pretty cool. We're excited about that. Be nice to not drive home in that crazy rain with the crazy people. Especially on a Friday night, because they really go buck wily. But anyway, let's roll out, bust out a Friday. Old Danny boy, always searching for something. 53 degrees, mostly cloudy and dry here in Vancouver.
It is.
It was kind of wet coming to work, but it wasn't from rain. It was just a heavy fog.
Yeah, it was very foggy.
But yeah, we had a warning yesterday. It said heavy fog for all the way here.
Mm-hmm.
Toledo, Kelso, Woodland, Vanchulo. Yep. Well, Mama, it's Friday.
Yay.
Heck yeah. Let's go in there and bust out a day.
All right. Sounds like
Do something worthy.
All right.
All right, Mo. Love you. See you. Bye.
I love you.
All right. Bye-bye now. The sirens of the city.
Yeah.
So I brought my little Z50 capitulator down here. Whoa, where's the focusing at here? Here we are. Look at all the buildup on that emulsion tube. And it's the same way in the spigot down there. But this is the main jet. I can't get the light to go down there now. You can see like this buildup down inside of it. That's weird. So that would explain some of its drivability. If I can do this and not mess the camera up. There's some buildup in the tube for the housing for the emulsion tube. I had to order the O-ring for it. I found one that'll work. It's a 27 millimeter by 2 millimeter. I found a 26 by 2. That's, I think it's basically a 25. It'll fit in there. It's inside diameters as they go by. So I've got the intake boot from the air box to the intake bell of the carburetor. Got that coming, and the O-ring for the manifold. And they come with those stupid little brushes that came with those Carb kits. That would be perfect right now. Leave it to me. Say I'll probably never use those things. Well, I could use them now. There's a guy that has a Sonic tank up there, but I'm not going to have him go through all the deal of warming the thing up. And he has his own kind of magic potion that he runs through it. And anyway, I'll do it the old-fashioned way. I can make it pretty. Been doing this for a bajillion years. But yeah, that was pretty surprising. Slow speed jet. It's freaking me out because I couldn't figure out why I couldn't push the needle through, and I forgot it goes through the fuel screw hole. I don't know if I can get it in there in a way you can see it. Probably never in a million years. No. Oh. No, I can't make it focus on that. Maybe I can. If I touch the camera and get it to go down in there. There's a little microscopic hole that the fuel for the pilot jet comes through. The one in the middle is, of course, the main jet. That's what the emulsion tube sticks up out of. And then this is considered a needle jet on these particular ones. Sometimes they have a jet on top of the emulsion tube, and that's your jet. But this is a jet for this one. And that's where your slide needle goes through. But yeah, there's some grungy in this thing. She probably, well, whether it's my fault or somebody's fault, she sat for a while. Why? Well, Somehow or another got focus locked for some reason. There it goes. She woke back up. Anyway, so I've been tinkering with, talk with the customers and stuff. It's been a fun morning. But yeah, I was tinkering with this, had a free moment, and here we are. 2018 Spyder RT Limited. It's got here. This was a thing, and it seemed like it happened more in 2019. But I don't know, maybe there's some late model 18. But the reverse side of the switch quits working. It'll downshift for you, but you can't, like, you come to a stop, you can't kick it into neutral. You know how you're supposed to kick it into neutral before you shut it off, because you dry shift the tranny every time you fire it up and force the tranny to slam it into neutral, because it can't start unless it's in neutral. So it takes them hydraulics and goes whack. All the oil's laying down at the bottom. It ain't flowing through the engine like it should be. So, but he has no choice. He comes to a stop, can't, kick it into neutral before he shuts it down. Because, well, that part of the switch doesn't work. Because reverse is basically holding the reverse button and back shifting one notch. That's reverse. And then when you come to a stop, neutral would be one click down. Well, that portion of the switch is dead. And none of that thing, I've showed you guys the molding and stuff on the inside of those things. Those things would literally survive an apocalypse. But there's no serviceable parts. So we don't know what electrical, I'll probably never know. You just know that the circuit is not completing. And no reverse and no neutral. Luckily, the SE6s and SE5s before them will auto downshift. But you can, if you want to get sporty and do some manual downshifting, backing it into turns and stuff, at the moment, it doesn't work. You got to be very careful where you park it, because you have no reverse. But, oh, Lord, I stripped on my own cord. Anyway, that's in here for that. So, I did, my way of cleaning them. I got everything absolutely spotless. Internally, this is my old seal and kind of a makeshift new seal. I can make it hold in there and get it on. It'll be runnable. But the other thing is that daggum intake boot. So I bought another one of those Moose 2-stage or dual-stage air filters. Are for the 50s, 70s. I don't know what it says, a whole list of them in there. All the Hondas that use that little round pod thing. And I'm buying we got a fold of that green filter material. Even if I don't use it right now, I think I gave that to my son. Him and Mikhail were over there, and I think we're plinking out there in the backyard. And he was over there, one of his old toolboxes, and has a box of like car parts. I need to go through there and throw that stuff away. He doesn't even want them. But at any rate, I think he went, he goes, he's seen that little bag had been, I'd chopped some filters out of it, probably part of it for that Z50 RD special. Not Christmas special, just a special. But anyway, I think I gave him that bag, and Kelly seems to remember. I said, I'll never use that. And he goes, you might as well take that thing, because I know he tinkers around with dirt bikes and stuff at home. And anyway, I got myself another bag. There was a thing, we had a vacuum cleaner, you got that foam filters, the filter for the motor. That thing had been knocked out and washed too many times, and we didn't have one. And I go, well, I got that thing out there. That was the first time I realized I didn't have it still. And then I needed it for the XR70R. But I'm excited to get the capitulator on there and running. And like I say, that's, it's just 2 bolts, and I don't even have to unclamp the well, I got that boot coming, so I'll take the whole carburetor off anyway. Just 2 bolts. Pop it out, put the correct O-ring in there. Super cheap. The air filter, the intake boot for that thing retail on it's like $8. I think it's less than $9. It's 8 something. We just ordered that sucker. We didn't have it. Just people just aren't working on these things. But it updated to a much newer number. A GB something. Oh, I got it right here in front of me. It's a GW8. The thing superseded to. And there's my O-ring. That 028, that number originates like way back. I'll see if I can figure that out. And I got me some regular fuel line, not that clear stuff. The clear stuff's great because you can see stuff moving through it. But, yeah, nope. Although, I gotta say, and I got that from here, that clear tube's been on there since I got that thing, and it is not rotted yet. Usually those clear fuel line, I think is just somebody saying it's safe for fuel, but it actually turns hard, wicked hard. But this one, for whatever, probably because I turned the petcock off, drained the carburetor until the fuel literally flows out of the fuel line. I don't leave anything in the fuel line either. Just let them drain. But anyway, I got to go up there and pay for the parts that I'm taking today. And I was looking on our website. That's the fuel tank. It does not say that the tank is discontinued. Usually, I mean, like I always look for the number plates, the off-white number plates. It says no longer available. You know, there's a lot of things you look in there. It says no longer available. Good Lord, the thing's from 86. It's about to be a 40-year-old motorcycle. Holy moly. So, when I was up there, I go, she goes, what is this? Because Kelly's been doing parts enough. You see fuel tank, you choke up. I said, don't worry, I'm not buying it. I'm just curious. I said, our website does not say that it's no longer available. So she popped it in. Yep, Honda says discontinued. You know, what's interesting though is, you know, our website is linked to Honda. So, you know, we see what the retail price is. Well, it was $399 and some change. But when Kelly popped it up and looked it up through Honda, it says $444 or something, but it's no longer available. It says discontinued, which I'd be surprised. I was surprised it didn't say it was available. I wasn't surprised that when she did a deep check. But anyway, the price was like $45 more. Our price ticket thing probably hadn't changed in the computer yet. People that order that stuff online, you can get some good deals, you know, especially now when prices are just randomly out of nowhere bouncing up. You know, get them while you got the good price, because we're not gonna, you know, if we sold it to you for $399, that's what you're getting it for. And when we go to order it, we realize it's $445. You still get it for $399. You know, it's not your fault that the price ticket thing didn't update. That's the way we roll. Anyway, so I gotta go up, pay for some stuff, grab some stuff, and what all was I grabbing up there? I think it was just the 2 filter things. The other stuff I had to order. What else? There was something else. I don't know. I'll sort it out when I get up there. All right. For the big motorcycle shop part score reveal. I bought another one of the Moose filters, and I must have changed my mind or something, because I grabbed the bag and I'm going, oh, where's that Unifilter stuff? And she goes, you decided you didn't want it. I said, did I? She goes, yeah. Well, do you want it or what? I said, yeah, that stuff. You know how many hundreds of these little filters I can make out of one of these things? I mean, it's crazy the things you can come across to use filter material. See, it's twice the size of what you see. It unfolds. I think when I gave it to my kid, it unfolded and had just like a little piece in there. I think it was stuffed in the bag the thing came in. I got me some genuine fuel line, the real deal thing. I looked online to see, because remember the XR70, I just ordered a new fuel line for it. And for this, it was available, but it was available in a 100-foot or 300-foot roll. And yeah, I'm not spending that much. I won't live long enough to use that much fuel line, but nice and pliable, good like it should. It's not vacuum line, it's actual fuel line. So I'll probably put the mousse filter in there. I like that dual stage effect, where you got the kind of coarse stuff that gets the heavy stuff, and then the nice dense stuff that catches all the small particulates. And the little capitulator's all clean. Stuff it all in the bag and have something to tinker with. Well, I think we got a little thing with Christy. The kids are gonna be at their dad's this weekend, and we're gonna drive, because she can't drive herself because she ain't got no automobile. We're gonna drive out to Mossy Rock to get something out there. And I was thinking myself here, might take a little. I don't know if she's ever taken that route going around the backside of Mayfield Lake. Ought to be in there. Maybe you can't even drive through some of that stuff, because they were dumping. Oh, that'd be kind of cool to go out and look at the dam. Kelly was sending me pictures of that thing. I don't know if I can share them, because it was like a news company or something that took the pictures, so I probably can't share them. I could share them socially, but I don't think I can put them in a video. But you know how I've go stand by that fence and look down at the falls going over? Well, most of the time there's nothing going over, because I go out there in nice weather. Man, the amount of water coming out of that dam, I had no idea that thing could flow that kind of water. But, you know, it was a lot of water. They were burning off pressure off the dams. You know, when I stand here, I get an echo off of it. Yeah, very definite echo off of that BMW tool thing. Had some cool BMW customers I was talking to today. That was kind of nice. One's a old time BMW customer, long before we became a BMW dealer. Jeez, when was that? I think it was about 06. He bought a used, I think it was a 4-bolt. And I think he came back, I did a video like in 2016, early 2017, where we had you know how you're actually open to do business, but you have your official open house. I think that was the day I rode the GSA, the original Stormtrooper up here. Remember, went around that one turn and got into that gravel? Or no, it was a deer that was standing in the middle of the road, and I had to go into the gravel. And basically VSS, vehicle stability control, which seems an odd term to use when you're only on 2 wheels. But that motorcycle absolutely saved me that day. That was pretty wild. That's you know, in my younger days, I'd go out there and push that thing until it did whatever and just laugh all the way through it. I don't tend to drive them that way anymore, but I got in a situation where it kind of done it for me. And I was impressed. Been impressed ever since. But anyway, he bought a couple of BMWs, and we had a service plan that we had. I think it's called priority maintenance, whatever you did, all the scheduled maintenances and stuff like that. It was a big program we had back when. And anyway, we'd sell that to the BMWs. They go, "Hey, Smoak, you know anything about BMWs?" Just about enough to get me in trouble. Those old things were super simple. And yeah, I did all the services, did some upgrades with cam chain tensioners and all kinds of stuff. And he had those things that, in 2017 he showed up with that one. I think he had, it was 107 or 170, I don't know what it was. Just crazy miles on that thing. But he still rides. He's slowing down quite a bit. He's had some medical issues that has woed him up a little bit. He used to go to Mexico every year and go deep. Him and a group of friends go deep into Mexico and just enjoy themselves. No, it's I was looking at this, it says 50 XR and CRF 50s and 70s all years. So maybe by the time I know the 110s take it because it's like totally a different motor. But that motor, good Lord, had a friend that his dad bought him. I'd got the little Harley-Davidson X90. I went on to see he got was it a 73 or 74? It was a green XL70. Literally, it's the same motor that's in that XR70. And man, my little Harley was so much faster than it. But that little Honda just always ran super, super smooth. I remember riding it, and it had better suspension. It was just so smooth. And what is that 4-stroke sound? That is so wild. Nobody rides 4-stroke dirt bikes. The thing was great. Still had all the turn signals and mirrors and everything on it. It was totally street legal. And yeah, what a riot. Man, wonder whatever happened to him. 'Cause we moved to, my parents built a new house. We moved over there, and somehow or another we just kind of didn't talk that much. And one day he wasn't at school and checked around, and he had moved he was living with his mom and stepdad, and he had moved to Dallas with his real dad. You get out of touch with somebody. Of course, you didn't have no kind of social media or anything like that, like you had to do these days. But if people didn't let you know where they were, then you just lost touch. It's amazing how many people that you lost touch with that you can find them on social media. And some people that I just literally can't find. It's very strange to me that they are just completely no social media stuff. But anyway, enough jaw jacking. It's like story time every day here, isn't it? All right, I'm gonna end it now. Thanks for listening. Come back in here to this shipping and receiving area. And this is one of the employees, I think it's his friends. 1980 CX500C. CX500 Custom. Look at this thing. 15,000 miles. It's amazing how many of these things I worked on back in those days. The biggest thing was tune-ups, which is easy to do. The valve covers are right there. Tappet lock nut. Carb cleans because they let them sit over the winter. Batteries because they didn't charge the batteries. The biggest thing was a water pump. You had to pull the engine out, take this back cover off to replace the mechanical seal. That tool that I use for the BRPs, that is a tool that I used on these motorcycles. Dang near 45 years ago. I've been doing this for 45 years. And it's mostly been with Hondas. But the miles that I put on CX500 is crazy. And then when it came out, the CX650, later on, it started with the turbo. And then the 650s adapted it. There was actually a plate that you could take off and replace the water pump without pulling the whole motor out. It used to be called Honda Line. I don't think Honda Line even exists. Honda has their accessories, but Honda built their own accessories back then. Look at that thing. What a sweetheart. An absolute sweetheart. Isn't that amazing? Man, oh man. What a flashback. I drug her back a little bit. The front brakes locked up on it. I mean, I literally dragged it. I don't think I can drag it forward though. But I pulled it out, get a better look at it. How many of you guys own these things? I mean, you guys were old enough that you own these things. What kind of stories you have? Trips you took? Took a lot of trips to the coast. When Kelly and I were dating, we had one that was in a demo status. It was a 81, I think it was. And it was the red It was the CX500 Custom. Multiple times. You know how we take you to Marsh's Museum out there on Long Beach and stuff? That was one of Kelly and I's favorite things to do, take an old CX500. I took a used, I think it was a 77 KZ 900 out there. It had better fairing and bags on it, just rattled to death. The other one was a, what year was that? I think that was a 79 as well. Could have been a 78, maybe even older. It was a blue 1000 Goldwing that we took in with a sidecar. We sold the sidecar right away. And then that 1000 Goldwing standard, no fairing, no nothing. Just like that motorcycle right there. Except for it was a 1000 Goldwing. We took that to the coast a lot. We really enjoyed going to the coast. Well, I was young enough that, you know, I was born on the coast, and pretty other than Texarkana, I lived on the coast all my young life. So Kelly loved going to the coast too, so did that a lot. Good times. Told me a story about you and your CX500, whether it's a deluxe or a custom. Well, hello there, YouTube. That was a nice, peaceful, dry, although there's a lot of fog going once we got off the freeway. A lot of fog. Guy on a newer 24 or newer Road Glide, I could see the LED in that fog, blew past us.
Yeah.
I mean, he was rolling. Look, we made this turn. I go, is that a motorcycle I see back there? And then we threw some turns, and all of a sudden he comes around the turn. And I go, Kelly even noticed. She goes, yep, that's a motorcycle. Man, I hope we don't find him splattered on the side of the road after
Be careful.
finding, you know, Bambi out there. But don't know. He was out of sight, out of mind. He literally was gone. But,
never saw him again.
Yeah, I think they're fast. But it's Friday. We're bailing out. We'll start our weekend.
Yay. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. We really do appreciate it. We will talk to you tomorrow. Same Smoak time, same Smoak channel. Don't forget to give a thumbs up. You guys have a wonderful Saturday or Sunday.
Heck yeah. All right. We'll see you tomorrow.
Yes, we will.
All right. Appreciate you watching. Bye-bye now.